What is going on, peeps? It's your boy Aellis. Now today we have a very informative video for anyone that's into M cars like myself. Amazing BMW M2 facelift. It's not a standard M2. This car is stage 2 plus by NVM. 440 brake horsepower with method injections, got aftermarket lightweight wheels, a mad sounding exhaust, got carbon everywhere. We also have my current daily driver, the BMW E92 M3, lent to me by the guys over at 4 Petrol Heads, and I've been enjoying that car for the past week. I'll get more into detail about 4 Petrol Heads close to the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned to find out how you can get your hands and on a BMW M2 for a couple of days or for a month, however long you like one for. I really enjoy that car, like so much. Before this video gets started, I'd like you to do a few things for me. Like, subscribe, and turn that bell on. And after you've done all that, head over to my Instagram page and get me to 5k followers. So we're gonna be starting with the M2, and forgive me if I keep looking at my phone because I've literally got like all the details listed down of things that I want to talk about and things that I want to cover. Now, as this is the ownership, the cost of ownership, you have to take into consideration the cost of the car in the first place. Now, however you go about doing the cost, however you go about buying a car with cash or finance, that's completely up to you. We can get a pre-facelift or a decent standard M2 for around 30 grand. So we're gonna go with 30 grand as a base price to buy one of these cars. As I mentioned, this car is not stock. It's running around 440 brake horsepower, and it's got all the base modifications needed to make that power. Now we're gonna get into common issues with the M2. There's not many, and majority of them are covered under warranty, but also we're gonna go into the issues that you might come across if you decide to tune an M2. Now the reason why I'm gonna mention that is because obviously the M3 behind me is running around 414 brake horsepower from factory. Obviously it might have lost a few horses over the years, whereas the M2 comes as that, I might get these confused while I'm making the video. The M2 comes as standard 370 brake horsepower. So if it's going for like BHP for price kind of thing, obviously you go straight ahead for the M3 because it's running 400 plus, where this is like 370, even though this is more modern. So to take this to a superior power level, we're going to go through some of the cost of upgrading the essential parts that's required to make that power. 30 grand as a start price to purchase an M2. Now road tax, the different facelift and pre-facelift, we're looking at around £300, whereas the facelift is going up to like £500, so like that differs. So we're gonna put in a ballpark estimate of around £400 for road tax. As I mentioned before, this car has got custom wheels. They are wider all around, but we're going to go with the standard setup that comes from factory. We're looking at, if we're going to take into consideration good tires, because obviously the performance cars, we need like Michelin Pilot 4Ss. So Michelin Pilot 4Ss for the M2, we're looking at £900 all around. That's not fitted. Obviously those are proper good rubber and will help you put the power down. So as this is a newer car, majority of the issues that you come across will be covered under warranty, so that's a massive saving right there. A few problems that have been said about the M2 is like rear diff noise. I'm not sure what causes it, but obviously it's covered under warranty, so there's not a price for that. It's covered under warranty. We have condensation in the rear lights, like just little sort of things covered under warranty again, so not something to worry about you changing the rear lights or however to get rid of the condensation. Also the fan motor blowers, so that's like when, you know, I know you can hear that loud fan noise sometimes when you turn the car off and turn it on. There's a loud, like there's a fan sometimes. These M2s do have, some of these M2s have a problem with them. Either they fail or they're just overly loud. So that's an issue again, but that's also covered under warranty, so nothing to worry about. However, because this car is tuned, we're going to go through some of the problems that you can occur once you start to tune it. Some things that might limit how much power you can get out of it, that you might need to upgrade. I mean, these are all upgraded parts that you might need to upgrade when you decide to run more power. So one of the first things you need to upgrade is a charge pipe. That's around £300. You'll also need to upgrade the coil pack. That's around £600. If the fuel pump fails for you trying to achieve higher power, you're looking at around £1,000. And if you wanted to upgrade the fuel pump, you're looking at around £2,000. But as I said, that's only if you decided to tune the car. If you're not tuning the car, then that's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about any of those costs. Now, one of the main things that is going to be a day-to-day contribution to owning this car is like fuel efficiency, because obviously it does hurt your pocket if you have to be at a petrol station every few days. This car has a 52 litre fuel tank, and to fill it up with like Shell V-Power, you're looking at around £70. Probably getting around between 15 and 22 miles per gallon. It's an M car, so it's probably going to be on the lower side because you want to drive it and enjoy it. And then last but not least is servicing. BMW offer like a service pack. I think it's like £900 for 4 years or something like that. There's a running service when you buy one brand new, that's around £200. And then if you do go for the service pack, then £900, and it's for 4 years, so you're fine. And if not, a full service is around £500, give or take a few hundred. Don't quote me on that, because obviously depending if you go to a main dealer or a garage, like prices differ. So hopefully I've been keeping track of everything, and you see a cost counter at the top somewhere of the average cost of owning one of these bad boys. Now obviously insurance and everything, I can't really go into that because obviously that does differ for everyone, age and area that you live in, etc. But now we're going to move on to the M3. Now if you don't know, this is literally one of my all-time favorite cars, and a car that I wish to make a purchase of sometime soon. I have been driving it around for the past week, and I've been enjoying it so much, so thank you so much to 4 Petrol Heads for letting me have this beast for a few days. 4 Petrol Heads is like a car subscription company where you pay a membership fee and you have access to a variety of like car enthusiast type cars. So like the M3, you have Mazda MX-5, you got Honda Civic Type R's, and they're looking to extend their fleet with like more higher end cars with different classes. So this is like a class 5, and obviously all the higher end cars, maybe let's say like a Porsche, that's going to be like a class 3. Membership obviously includes insurance, the access to a variety of different cars. So if you are interested, I'll leave a link below to the website, go check them out. Now let's get into the ownership cost of this monstrous V8 E92 4.2 litre M3. I love this thing so much. So again, I've been going over the internet trying to find prices and stuff like that. It's so hard to find all the prices of common issues in one place. Now where the M2 sets apart is the fact that this car is obviously out of warranty, and the only way you still be in warranty in one of these is if obviously you took like an extended warranty or you go for a third-party warranty. But we're going to take into consideration it's not in warranty. All the issues that come across, you're going to have to pay the bills. BMWs are known for some expensive priced parts. So first again, we're going to start with the cost of owning one of these. I'd say to find a decent one, we're looking at around 18,000 to find a decent one. You can get them for a lot less. You can get them for like 10, 11, but we're going to go with £18,000. And again, we're going to put a counter at the top and keep track of everything. Road tax for one of these I found on Auto Trader and a few other websites. We're looking at around £575 for road tax for 12 months. Tires, again, being an M car, tires are something, being a rear wheel drive M car, because now the new generation we're having 4-wheel drive systems and all that stuff. Being a rear wheel drive M car, we're looking at, we need good rubber to obviously keep yourself straight in a straight line when you want to keep yourself in a straight line. You don't want to be wiggling all over the place when you want to go straight. That's a line actually. You don't want to be wiggling all over the place when you want to go straight. So anyways, surprisingly, the cost for tires on this is the same price as the M2. So we're looking at around £900 for Michelin Pilot 4S's. Now we're going to get into the common problems. Probably every person that's considering to buy an M3, the most searched thing, most thought about area, common problems with the E92, E90, E93, M3. We're going to start with the rod bearings. There's like a scare fest of information out there about the rod bearings going on these. You have some cars that literally at 10,000 miles the rod bearings would go, and some cars at 100,000 miles the rod bearings are still fine. So it's kind of a hit or miss. You might get a perfect car, you might not. But rod bearings, you're looking at around £600, and obviously for labor that's different, because apparently I heard you have to take the whole subframe off, and it's around 2 days of labor. And obviously depending on where you go to, if it's BMW or not, labor charges might be different. I'm at NVM now and I ask him how much it would be. He doesn't actually do rod bearings, but I ask him how much it like two days of labor be. It'd be like £800. So £600 plus £800 to change the rod bearings. That's the first cost. Now the second one is the throttle accelerators. Actually, I can't say that word properly. The throttle accelerators or actuators. They're made out of plastic and they're known to go. There are 2 of them, You can get them upgraded to like carbon fiber metal ones, or whatever that material is, to like stronger ones basically. Or you can go back to the standard ones, which is £700 each, and that's not including labor again. So we're looking at around 1,400 plus labor. We're gonna say close to £2,000. Let's say 1,800, just to be like on the safe side. You can also tune these cars, even though they are naturally aspirated engines. There are supercharging kits for them, so you can, I think a supercharging kit is probably like £10,000, but this car isn't tuned, so I'm not going to go into what you might need to upgrade if you are tuning them. And those are like two of the main issues that I've came across of things to consider. And obviously just like regular stuff like around the car, just making sure like if you are going to buy one. These cars are known for like condensation in the lights as well, but I'm not really going to mention all that because they're just like little niggly things that don't really need to be spoken about or worry about. Just like, I mean, it is a BMW, so it's probably going to cost you a lot to fix, but at the same time, those the throttle accelerator and the rod bearings are like the two of the main ones that are just like literally everywhere. Now for the cost of fuel, which is probably one of the main issues about dailying a 4.2 litre V8 car. I've been dailying it for the last week, and yeah, I've seen that gauge move quite dramatically, let's say. I've been getting around 15 miles per gallon in the city. I haven't hit the motorway, but 15 miles per gallon, which is like the same as the M2 around in the city. So that's actually quite shocking. But then again, the M2 isn't standard. But yeah, around 15 miles to the gallon, and that's me booting it at times, but then at times being sensible. 15 miles to the gallon. A full tank in this is around £90, as this has a 63 litre fuel tank, whereas the M2 has a 52 litre, 63, so around 11 litres bigger, the M3. And then final cost, servicing. Servicing, we're looking at around the same price as the M3, as the M2. I knew I was going to get that mixed up sometime in the video. Servicing, we're looking at around the same price as the M2, around £450. Again, that's dependent if you go into main dealer or you go into a local garage. But anyways, hopefully you took something informative away from this video. If you are in the market for an M car, then that's my 2 cents on it. Obviously still do your research and whatnot. I am going to go enjoy this beast while I have it for a few more days. Again, subscribe if you're not, hit that like button, massively appreciated. Leave a comment below about your favorite M car, and I will see you guys in the next one. But